Guys, let's talk. And today's edition, we will be discussing on understanding love in marriage. And I'll be speaking from the perspective of men, and I'll be speaking to men. So, understanding love in marriage, understanding the concept of love in marriage. It's very necessary that we look at love in marriage and why do we really need to understand love? As a man, you are supposed to know what it means to give out love, what it means when you say you love somebody. Um, by way of understanding some basics, it's good for us to know that God Himself is love. God is love, and you can't claim to love God, who is love, and not love man. And you can't claim to have God, who embodies love. He's love himself, and you can't claim to have God, which is love, and not have love as to giving out love. So, and it's good for us to understand some of all these things. Now, why I'm speaking to men is because it's believed that men do not really express love. Now, I didn't say men don't have love, but they find it difficult to express love. So you would find a man who is staying with his wife for years, and yet there are doubts in the heart of his wife as regards if he loves her or not. And this is the more reason why this teaching is coming up, so that as a man you should know how to express love to your wife. You should know the concept of love. You should know that you have love. Why? Because even the Bible states it clear that the love of God has been shared abroad in our hearts. So love is there. So if you are not expressing it, then it's likely that you're not aware, or you don't even know how to express love. It's good for us to know that the love we're talking about now is not the eros, it's not the filial, it's not a sponge. We are referring to the agape love, which is the unconditional love, the God's kind of love. Now, it's good for us to know that every man is designed to love. Every man is designed to give love. So if you are not expressing it, then there's actually something wrong somewhere. Now, what are the channels? What are the ways in which you can express love to your wife as a man? Because I've heard a lot of women say that men don't express love, and it's true. When you ask some men, they tell you that I love my wife, but the real thing now is that does she know that you love her? Yes, it's a good point that you know as a man that you love your wife, but does she know that you love her? And now, how can she know if it's not expressed? And now, let's look at the channels, the ways in which we can express this love to our wives. The first way is in words, in compliments. You see, women are not just, they don't just want to know that you love them, they want to hear that you love them. And each time I see men who are so choosy, who are so conservative in giving out these words, then it's a clear indication that they're not aware that women does not just um, um that women don't just want to know that you love them, but that they want to hear it that you love them. So it's good for you to know this, that it's good you learn to express it. Yes, you love her. Yes, so in words, you must express this love in words, in compliments. So it's good for us to know that as men, we must learn to talk. We must learn to express it. We must learn to say it. It's not enough that she knows that you love her. She wants to hear it. She wants to hear it from your mouth. For most men, the last time they ever said they love their wives was during their wedding. And it's very likely 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Now, how do you want her to be reassured of your love? A lot of women go about with that insecurity. not sure if they are loved by their husbands. So, as a man, you must express it. Don't assume that she knows. Yes, she knows, but she wants to hear it. Say it. Don't be conservative with your words. Go ahead and express it very well. There's nothing wrong in saying it daily. There's nothing wrong in even in daily. You can still break it down to like to per second, per minute, per hour. She's never tired of hearing that you love her. So go ahead and keep expressing it. You can also express it in physical touches. You see, for some men, they can only hold their wife so close when they want something else. But if it's just what women want is just that affection, that sweet words, that kind gestures. You must not come out and begin to demand something after such. But all she needs is just to hear that you love her, and you can express this in words, in sweet compliments. It makes her feel convinced that you love her. Now, it pains me when I get to see some men who show love to outsiders and not to their own wives. It's very, very wrong. You must start to love from the house. Charity begins from home. So you should be able to love and express love from the home, first of all, before it proceeds outside. Now, so there's an action point from this point for all men. Learn to express love daily. I love you is not too much for you to say on a daily basis. Go ahead and express love in words. In words, yes, it's possible you can express it in other ways, but in words, she wants to hear that. She wants to be reassured through your words that you love her. The second channel in which we can express love is in giving. In giving, yes, there can be giving without love, but there can never be love without giving. If you love somebody, you must give to the person. That's the order. If you love somebody, there's something that wants you to just give. So if you truly say you love your wife, when was the last time you gave her something? In John chapter 3, verse 16, say, for God so loved the world. God so loved the world that he did what? He gave, he gave, he gave. There must be giving where there is love. So when you say you love your wife and for over 20 years you've not bought her a pair of shoes, for over 10 years you've not given her a gift without her requesting for it, it's time for you to re-evaluate that love you claim you have for her. Because if you truly love her, you must give to her. If you truly love her, there's something that wants to reach out towards her. So go ahead and buy something for her. And for most men, why you're not aware that she has several needs is because you don't listen. Once you listen to her talk, you will know the things that she needs. Go ahead and meet them. Go ahead and provide these things. It's a way of expressing love to your wife. It's a way of making her convinced that truly you love her. I've, I'm yet to see a woman who does not love gifts. I'm yet to see. I'm yet to see one. Yesterday, I was talking with my wife and I was telling her that she has all the five love languages: gifts, act of service, and all the whole rest. So uh, I was making her know that yes, and she asked one question. I said, okay, which one do I think is like the number one love language? And I told her gifts. Gifts. So every lady, every woman loves gifts. Go ahead and reach out to her. Go ahead and and buy something for her and do it out of a genuine heart. Now, I said something that there can be giving without love, but you can't love without giving. So go ahead and show love to your wife by buying her something. If I may ask you, when was the last time you surprised your wife with a gift that she never requested for? If it's long, then it's time for you to do something. Reach out to her. Let her know that you love her, and she'll feel so happy. Now, in the third point, which I will be wrapping up this video on, is in service. In service, the third channel in which you can express love is in service. In service, do things for her, home chores especially, and I would like to channel that in service just towards home chores. You see, a lot of men just leave their wives out to wear out. They work out their ass until they become so old, and you hear things like a woman gets older than a man. Well, to some extent, it may be true, but you can take care of her. You can ensure that she doesn't age too soon. How? By getting involved in home chores. When I see some men who just cross their legs and they're watching television or their favorite TV show, and the woman will mop the house, will wash the dishes, will wash the toilet, will take care of the kids. She'll do everything. Yet this man won't lift a finger. It's not supposed to be. Marriage is teamwork. The earlier you realize this as a man, the better for you. Marriage is teamwork. You should be able to work things out with your wife. Get involved in home chores. Nobody says because you are the head of the family, you cannot sweep your own house. Nobody says because you are the head of the family, you shouldn't make the bed. Nobody says as the head of the family, you shouldn't wash the toilet. It doesn't reduce anything from you as a man. It even makes you a loving man, and it makes your wife to respect you the more. Get involved. You can't claim to love somebody and watch her do all the home chores, and she's almost dying, and yet you won't lift a finger. And you say, that is why I married her. That's an That's clear ignorance. That shows that you don't know anything as a man. If you can watch your wife do all the home chores and you cross your finger, or you go out to hang out with your guys and you leave her, that is very wrong. You should get involved as a man. Be involved. Don't just watch things happen. Get involved. Nothing stops you when she's trying to cook food. You sit down with her in the kitchen. Even if you can't do anything, gist with her. That makes her feel so happy. There's a research by John Gottman that shows that most women find their husbands so romantic when they get involved in home chores. So, as a man, get involved in home activities. Don't say this one is her rule. This one, the truth is that agape love does not seek rules, it seeks needs to be met. If there are needs to be met and you are available, go ahead. You are in the house doing nothing, and the house is dirty, and you're waiting for your wife to come back to begin to clean the house. You are at home doing nothing, and there's no food, and you're waiting for her to return before you, and you can cook. What are you waiting for? Go ahead and cook. It doesn't make you less of a man, it even makes you a real man. So go ahead and be involved in home chores. A recap of what we've discussed is: first way to express love is in words, in compliments. Two is in giving, in gifts. Buy her things that she never asked you for. And three is in service. Get involved in home chores. Don't leave the work for her. They are also heirs as to God's promises. So don't leave the work for your wife. Get involved. And I strongly believe that with all this, God will help you to become a better man and a better husband to your wife.